Hello students, today's topic is aerial photography. Generally it is taken from of aerial photographs from an aircraft, other flying objects. So the platforms of aerial photography include fixed wings aircraft, helicopter, unmanned aerial vehicles, balloons and rockets, pigeons, kites, these are things. Aerial photography is a photograph taken from air. Okay? So generally, the following entire coverage of aerial photographs, particularly object of geographical features. It depends on the main basic concepts are film, focal length, scale, large scale, small scale, peripheral marks, overlap, stereoscopic coverage, roll and photo numbers, flight lines, and index maps. Now one by one we see all. These are the films. Is a black and white film, colored, infrared. This is a false color infrared. Sometimes there are special projects. They are taken different types of films. Next one is the focal length, distance from the middle of the camera lens. This is middle of the camera lens to the focal plane as a focal length. Focal length increases, image distortion decreases. Here, this is the objective. The radiations are travel and touches and reflection. Data is okay plotting on the image sensors. Generally scale the ratio distance between 2 points of photo, 2 points of the photo, actual distance between the same 2 points of the ground distance. Ground distance. For example, 4 centimeters. So two objects distance in photograph. So that is the actual distance in on the ground is 1 kilometer. The scale is 1 is to 25,000. That is the scale. Another method to determine the scale is the photo. A photo is find ratio between the camera focal length, plane's altitude above the ground being photographed. If the camera focal length is 152 mm and the altitude is 7,600 mm, then scale is 1 is to 50,000 scale. This is the length, this is a focal length. Okay, the sensor, camera sensor. This is a focal length. So, for example, it fixed an aircraft. So from here to here, distance is altitude above the ground level. So based on this, we can identify we can get the scale of the particular imagery. Generally, scale may be expressed three ways: unit, equivalent, representative factors, and ratio. So photographic scale 1 millimeter on the photograph represent 25 meters on the ground would be expressed unit equivalent 1 mm is equal to 25 meters. Representative factors is 1 is to 25,000. Ratio is 1 is to 25,000. This is a representative factor. So same scale 1 is to 50,000 is a ratio. Next is the large scale and small scale. This is the large scale. This is the small scale. So while increasing the ratio, so objects it decreases, but it covers the large area. So here the object, okay, the size, shape, or particular contrast is decreases. Okay, that is small scale. So here objective this is increases. Okay, so small finite of the object also we can observe. Okay, by small large scale. This large scale uh, 1 is to 25,000, 1 is to 10,000, 1 is to 5,000 images is also available. Next, stereoscope coverage. Generally, here is a two objective, similar object is there. For example, flight moving this direction. It continuously take the two objectives while overlapping between two objectives. So here three-dimensional view results appears by overlapping two images or photos. It views a single stereoscope. Each photograph of the stereo pair provides a slightly different view of the same area, but brain combines interprets. It shows the 3D view. That is stereoscopic coverage. That is stereoscopic coverage. So next one is fiducial points. So these are the fiducial points. So while flight moving this direction and turn and continuously taking the number of photographs, based on these fiducial points, they have to overlap the one imagery to another imagery. That is nothing but mosaic. So here this is a PP. So nodded point, principal point, principal point. In aerial photographs, each photograph it shows the date of the photography and mission ID, and some of the aerial photographs they fix the company name and the serial number, frame number also. It depends. Next, overlapping. So while continuously taking of the photographs by aircraft, balloons, or any other airplanes, so after continuously taking of aerial photographs, we have to arrange okay all imageries. Okay, so based on the fiducial points and frame numbers, after that we can get the exact large imagery. So this is the overlap of the imagery. Next, types of aerial photographs. There are major two types of aerial photographs is there: vertical photograph and oblique photographs. So here oblique photographs again they divided two types: low oblique aerial photographs, high oblique aerial photographs. It's totally depends on the position of camera axis. So these are the main what characters of the vertical aerial photographs. So this picture clearly show this is the object. In below the aircraft, they fix the aerial camera, high resolution of camera, good lens. So the EMR radiations travel through this direction. It touches the objective and it's get the reflection. This is a vertical aerial photographs exactly. So some sort of angle it maintains. That is oblique aerial photographs. So in aerial photographs, so there is no relief. Okay. So distance we can easy to measure. Entire photographs it shows a single vertical closely approaching square grid only. So here also square grid. Here also we can get the square grid imagery, but exactly. Okay. So it covers the small area only. Okay, it's not a high area. See here, this is a vertical area. This is the film and camera lens between the focal length. So the EMR radiation travel exactly 90 degrees. 90 degrees the area covered. Okay, so we can get the perfect grid of the imagery satellite aerial photograph. So some sort of angle, 30 degrees angle inclination of the camera lens. Okay, it covers some large area well compared to the vertical aerial photographs. So it shows this. And the high oblique is horizon. Okay, it's long regions. See here, I can't see the object here, but the lenses travel. Okay, EMR radiations are travel, and the sensor collect the data. So all these, but here is the total objects are blur. So here is the you can get the clarity, and from here to here. So here three objects, major changes we have to observe here. So these vertical aerial photographs, it covers the small area. We can apply for scale, but this low oblique, high oblique, it covers a large area, and uh, there may be less chances, okay, to apply the scale. Here is there is no chance to apply the scale. So all three images we get the uh, photographs, okay. At the same time you can relief displacement with zero, okay, not zero, maybe small error only. Here very high, here is very much high, okay. So we'll compare to vertical and oblique. So here the vertical angle is 90 degrees, camera lens exactly 90 degrees, and here salt inclination 30 degrees, and here uh, above 45 degrees. So above 45 degrees, it's called large region. These surveys, we can apply the scale, and we can overlap the images. We can do the survey also. But here small error is occurs if there is any problem in particular zone areas, uh, any movement is going on, any animals are moving from here to there, and any vehicles are travel. These are small objectives we can determine. Okay, we can observe this here. Here generally we can't do, but artificial art galleries and uh, small purposes only we can use these. These are the major three types of aerial photographs: low oblique and high oblique. All these characters. Next, geometry of an aerial photographs. So for understanding geometry aerial photographs, generally it covers parallel projections, orthogonal projections. It's necessary perpendicular, not necessary to perpendicular. This is special case of parallel projections, orthogonal projections. Central projections discuss vertical flat terrains in aerial photographs will be geometrically same corresponding map of the area. So geometry of vertical photograph. See here, this is a camera lens. Camera lens. This is a camera sensor. Nothing but focal. So here the vertical aerial photographs capture the entire virtual land area. So this is a vertical imagery, for example. So here A represented, and exactly the minus A, and B minus B, and C here C, and D and here. So based on this, all these corners of uh, A1, B1, C1, D1 covers the area round represented by the square of ABCD. And okay, capital A B C D. So here A B C D. So while for determination of the scale of the particular this object user, the distance between AB, okay, AB by distance between capital A and capital B. It represented the scale of the imagery. At the same time, for example, uh, for finding of the particular ratio scale, so that is a length of the focal length, okay, length of the focal length by flying height from here to here, okay. So it gives the ratio of the vertical aerial photographs. Based on this we can identify the scale and ratio. Next is stereo vision. So in stereo vision coverage, in basic concepts we covered that one. Similarly here also, but somewhat elaborations. So in this stereo vision, these are the pocket stereoscope, and this is a mirror stereoscope. Below we have to plot the aerial photographs here also. So by visioning like a human eyes, these aerial photographs overlapping each other, and it shows a three-dimensional view. So based on this, we identify the altitude of the parallax measurement of the aerial